try a new recipe from one of my favorite people, Reese Witherspoon. I'm going to be trying her green smoothie that she posted the recipe for on Instagram, and I thought it sounded so interesting because it contains so many fruits and vegetables, and honestly I just didn't know if it would taste good, so I wanted to give it a try. But first of all, I should say I love Reese Witherspoon. I think she is so cool. She's obviously an amazing actress, but she's also an incredible businesswoman, entrepreneur, and she makes incredible TV shows like Big Little Lies and Little Fires Everywhere, which I am obsessed with. So when she posted this particular recipe, I was dying to try it, and we're gonna walk through all of the ingredients now. So she actually starts off with 2 heads of romaine lettuce, and I only have one, so I'm just going to use one. Just chopped up her romaine lettuce really roughly, and we're going to put it into our vitamix. And next up she uses spinach, which I don't have spinach, so I'm going to use kale, and I'm actually going to use about 2 cups of kale because I am actually using less romaine, so I wanted to increase the amount of kale to cover the amount of romaine that I'm not using because I just don't have it. So next up, I'm actually going to use some celery. So I have 2 stalks of celery here that I'm just going to cut up and put it into our blender, which by the way, it's getting very full. Okay, next is a banana, a whole banana. I'm just going to peel it and put it into the Vitamix, which is my favorite blender because it really does blend everything up very well. We have an apple. I'm using a Granny Smith apple here. I'm just going to chop it up and put it into the blender as well. Just like that. And I think that one of the things that probably works in this particular recipe is that there's a lot of fruit, which is going to give it some yummy sweetness, so it won't just taste like you're eating or you're drinking a salad. And we'll throw all of this apple into the blender again. Now for a whole pear. So I'm glad that these were on sale at the store. I happen to have everything, or almost everything that was in this particular recipe. So that's why I'm so excited to try it because I just happened to go to the grocery store yesterday. Okay, let's cut up this pear. Throw that into the blender. Oh, I'm gonna have to push it down. I really hope this works and this is not too much for the Vitamix. Okay, always remember to take off the sticker from the fruit, throw that in there, and then the last thing is a lemon. So I thought this was really interesting. She just uses her knife to cut all of the lemon peel off and then puts the flesh and the seeds and everything into the blender. Go. The lemon, throw that in there, and then in terms of the liquids, she uses only half of a cup of coconut water. I'm just using normal water here, that's all that I have. So we'll pour that in. And then an optional item was almond butter, and I don't have almond butter, so I'm going to actually use tahini, which is a sesame seed paste. So basically like a nut butter is pureed nuts or blended nuts. Tahini is blended sesame seeds. So it's going to be full of protein and healthy fats. So that's why I want to add it in here, because I think while the smoothie has tons of greens, tons of fruits and vegetables, which is giving you lots of fiber and micronutrients like minerals and vitamins, which is so great for your body, I also want there to be some protein and healthy fats from the almond butter, or in this case, from the tahini. So let's throw the lid on and put it on our blender and blend it. Okay, so we're definitely going to need the tamper, which comes with the Vitamix, but basically you can use anything. Like in the video, Reese uses the back of a wooden spoon to push everything down so it gets blended. So let me grab my tamper, and we just take this top hat off of your Vitamix, and we're going to start it up again, but we'll use the tamper to push everything down. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so everything is blended together, and I had to push down a lot to get all of the ingredients down towards the blades of the blender so it would blend all up. But amazingly, it's created like 5 cups of liquid, so that's pretty crazy. there's a lot of liquid in those vegetables and in those fruits that we used. So that's what's creating all of that liquid to create this amazing green smoothie. So now the only thing left to do is to give it a try. So it smells like, honestly it smells like greens. It doesn't smell amazing. The color is very pretty. It's very thick. Okay. Let's give it a try. Cheers! Okay, so the first flavor I get is the banana and a little bit of the apple, and then at the end is the lemon. Honestly, the texture is a lot. The texture is very chunky, even though it was in the Vitamix, and maybe I need to blend it a bit more, but it's still pretty just thick because there's not a lot of liquid. There's not a lot of liquid, and it's a little bit tart from the lemon, so it keeps making me like do that in my mouth. I mean, it doesn't taste terrible. It just tastes like banana and a little bit of like the pear and the apple. Maybe if I had used sweeter apples, because I used Granny Smith, maybe if I had used a sweeter apple, it would be sweeter. It's not terrible. I can see why this would be filling because it has tons of fiber in it, which is really going to help to fill you up. If anything, I would probably like it chilled, and I know that she says that this makes enough for 2 days, which, you know, I'm going to put this into the fridge and then tomorrow we'll check it out again and see how it is. But overall, it's an okay recipe. It doesn't taste amazing, and maybe that's my fault because of the types of fruit that I used, and if I used sweeter fruit, it would taste sweeter. Because generally I feel like with smoothies, if it's sweeter, then people are more likely to drink it. And then the only other thing I might do is try to blend it up a little bit more, maybe with a little bit more liquid, to make it a little bit more palatable for the texture. But other than that, it's not terrible. I don't know if I'll be having it every day, but it's still not a bad try if you want to have a green smoothie that you can make ahead. What I'm really curious is if tomorrow, when I open up the container that I'll have this in for tomorrow's smoothie, if it's separated out at all, because normally with smoothies, they will separate out over time. So that'll be one of the things I'll look for tomorrow, as well as to see if the taste has changed. So we'll have a look at this tomorrow. I'll drink mine on for today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, quick update. So I added ice into my smoothie, and I liked it a lot better after it cooled down. I think that the tanginess of the lemon and the flavor of the banana wasn't so pronounced after that, so I highly recommend cooling it down first before you drink it, and then I'll try it again tomorrow. It'll be coming out of the fridge straight away, so it will already be cooled down, and we'll see if I like it then too. Okay, update here. This is Reese Witherspoon's smoothie the second day, so the day after I made it. And it's looking really green, so it's still looking really good. I'm actually amazed at how green it looks. It hasn't separated at all. I haven't shaken it up or anything. So it's actually looking really good. Just give it a taste. So it's still really thick. It kind of looks like the color of avocado. So it's still pretty green, still really thick. So let's give it a taste. The flavor is still pretty much the same as it was. It actually tastes a lot better cold. It tastes a lot better. It doesn't taste as sweet. The banana flavor isn't as pronounced. There is still that tang of the lemon, but overall it still tastes the same, just better when it's cold. So I definitely recommend having it when it's cold.